Look through time and find your rhyme. Tell us what you find. We will wait at your gate, hoping like the blind.
Good morning, and we are firmly back on the canals this week. We came down, we're at bridge 75 because we had a little walk with our friend Makiko up Nicky Nook yesterday, but we came down here from Lancaster a couple of days ago and it's really difficult. You'll see later in this video. And we came across these floating islands which we got caught up on, and our barge pole snapped in half. So Henry's just had to go off and find a sapling out of a hedge so that we've got something to get us back to Lancaster today. Meanwhile, last night we got a new friend, and it's this floating island which has come all the way up the canal from, well, it was the other side of that bridge yesterday. And this is what we're having to deal with at the moment. There's a lot of stuff breaking off. Anyway, I have put a post up on the Lancaster users group asking if anybody wants to come and help me do some clearing this week, because there are a lot of people on that group who sit in armchairs moaning about the state of the canals. So I'm hoping that some of those armchair generals will come and help me. It remains to be seen. We're not all hunky-dory on the boat. Makiko has come down with a stomach bug, and I've had one since I got back from Scotland last week, so we're cautiously winding our way up. It took us 4.5 hours to get 6 miles last week because the canal is so low, and we're picking up stuff in the middle all the time, so we're just going to go up very slowly today and see how it goes. All fun and games. It's part of life on the canal, really, isn't it? Normally when setting off in a situation like this, where the front's in and the back's out, I would reverse back until I got myself into the middle, but we can't really do that with this, so hopefully Henry will push me out at the front and I can just move straight off. Well, at least my rudder is pushing that away a bit, but we're not actually moving anywhere. We're sort of sliding on mud and gravel. Well, that's gone walkabout again, but we're completely stuck on the back. And after a lot of jiggery-pokery backwards and forwards, we've managed to slide her off. There's a lot of glooping going on underneath as the mud gets stirred up.
Just go and put it into neutral for a second.
Okay. Oh. We have to put it into neutral to make sure that the hook doesn't get caught on the rudder, which would be a disaster. Okay. Oops. Right, keep her firmly in the middle now. So H, you have to really not cut any corners, go really slow around them. And then we should be all right. Yeah, go on then. Okay, I'll leave you to it then. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's 10:40 and we'll see how long it takes to go 6 miles today. Not sure Makika's going to be able to get up and go for the train. She's got to go back to Edinburgh today, but no, she's still in the princess bed looking very poorly. But at least if we get to Lancaster, there's a choice. Wow, we're going along at a very slow pace, probably not even 2 miles an hour, but no big problems so far. We have to keep avoiding issues like this. It's too narrow or too shallow to get very close to the side there, but you don't want any of that in your rudder. And another one scratching all along the paintwork. The water is normally covering all these rocks to the side, so it gives you an idea of how low it is. And continual crunching under the boat as we pick up debris that's in the middle. But at least we can still move. I'm not sure if that will continue, if it'll get better or worse, but we can move for the moment. Hello. Four hours later, and Henry's made it back without any big dramas, which is always the best way to make it back. And we're back in the same spot we were at last week. Well, I spoke too soon because that's as close as we can get in, and our gangplank definitely won't bridge that. We'll have to get a canoe to the side. H is gauging the water depth here, which as you can see is very low, and he's going to go up and try behind these boats and see if there's another inch or two to be had. We've got to be able to get safely on and off the boat. That'll do. I think that will be... I think we can get the plank across there.
Right, got it.
That's it.
That's plenty.
That's plenty, yeah.
Right, tie this in.
Good. Wow, they've got so big. That happened quick, that last couple of weeks. They've just really grown. Proper teenagers now. Good morning. Today is lovely and sunny, and as the forecast is rain for about the next week, we're going to take the opportunity to jump on a bus and go and check out Kirkby Lonsdale, which is a historic market town, and although market day is tomorrow, it's going to pour tomorrow, so we're going to go and check it out today. You have to take the good days where you can get them in the Lake District. Anyway, we're going to go and jump on the number 81 bus down in the town. Public transport's great up here. gentle rapids there, look.
Oh yeah, you can see the bloody boulders underneath, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, it looks like a nice place to swim. First view of Kirkby Lonsdale, and it looks lovely. Lots of places for us to go and see. Devil's Bridge and Ruskin's View, plus all the little indie shops. So here we are at Devil's Bridge. Oh, it looks like a good place to swim. We are inside number 9, but not that one. It's a really nice little cafe bar, and they do quite posh food, but they have a lunchtime special for 2 courses £15, so we couldn't resist it. See what it's like when it comes. Henry's gone for the steak tartare, which is all a bit raw for me. And I've got roast cauliflower. These are just the starters. Really well presented sea bass and chicken.
A smith can work rain or shine, Father said. So I was apprenticed to the smithy at Lord and Lady Bentinck's estate at Underley. My, that was the grandest estate.
I was in the class when I came up here originally. I've been on that place for 15 years and then gave it up when my wife was in. I just rejoined this year.
There you go, that flask down there.
This one.
Yeah. Does it say drink me?
No, it's his place is like in the centre of the table, quietly.
Here, what are you doing with that? I put it there for safekeeping when I visited Kirkby Lonsdale on a grand tour of Yorkshire in 1816. A man needed a drop of something to warm his bones that year, I can tell you. Even in the middle of June.
Well, Ruskin's View is shut because it's not safe, although many people were going along there, but we've decided to come down the Radical steps instead. They're all different sizes, so you have to be really careful where you put your feet. Oh, and it comes down to the River Loon. How nice! Oh, here we are, down on the Loon. Beautiful river. Only the brave come down here because you've got to walk back up again.
Oh, this goes round to where we were before, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's time to go back up the Radical steps and go and find a scone or an ice cream, one or the other. They've got these lovely loos in Kirkby Lonsdale, and I love this artwork on the wall, especially the bottom right hand one. These are Year 9 students. I love the darkness of that one. So back at the boat, and Makiko recovered enough to go back to Edinburgh, poor old thing. Oh, and incidentally, I went back to Kirkby Lonsdale about 4 days after the scene in the video, and I went back to Devil's Bridge, and it was quite a nice day and we jumped in the water, but it had rained and the flow on the water was so much that we actually couldn't swim against the flow and got washed onto some rocks and had to get out. So it's amazing how quickly the water can change from, you know, just within a few days. So let that be a lesson. I mean, it wasn't dangerous because we would have come out of the flow and been able to eddy ourselves out, but it just goes to show the power of water. So there's some rain forecast, and hopefully that will get the levels of the water up on the canal a bit. We're not moving around a lot at the moment just because it's awkward, but we'll see. Things should be improving as they're pumping water in north of the breach. They've also shut the Glasson flight of locks so that there's not water leaking down there. So anyway, that's the end of the video for now. Have a good week, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
What you have to show. Won't you come and say if you know the way to Blue? Have you seen the land living by the